Thanks for staying with us. I'm joined now by veteran sportswriter, International Boxing Hall of Fame inductee, and author Jerry Izenberg. We're here to talk about your new book, Once There Were Giants, The Golden Age of Heavyweight Boxing. Thanks so much for coming in.
Oh, thanks for picking the subject.
Boxing, one of the oldest sports around, hundreds and hundreds of years old. So many books out there on it. What makes yours unique?
Well, one part because I lived it. I've been in this business 68 years, but this covers 37 years of boxing. It starts with the mob.
Boxing has gotten a reputation of being seedy, and when you see a fight that you don't think went the right way as far as the judge's decision, you hear fix automatically. And I think this book does a good job of explaining the roots of why boxing was a little hokey at times.
Well, it was, but with the mob. But on the other, but Frankie Carbo, who really ran boxing, he would have been a great boxing commissioner because he knew what made the good fights, unlike the people in this town. And what he would do is he'd own both fighters. I like to see them fight each other. Okay, so he couldn't lose. He had the winner no matter what. And if he didn't own both fighters, he still had the winner before the smoke cleared. So that was part of it. Today, the biggest failing that boxing has, and you know the heavyweights are gone, and I'll explain about that a little bit later, but the biggest failing that boxing has today is that the judges. You know, I've seen some scores that I can't believe, and I've seen a lot of fights.
Let's go back to Carbo. So he was the last guy that controlled a heavyweight, a last mob influence on a heavyweight fighter, and that was Sonny Liston. When he lost Ali, then the mob influence was out of the heavyweights,
yeah.
Which allowed the heavyweights to start fighting each
other.
Well,
and we happen to have a glut of heavyweights. People say to me, why doesn't this country have heavyweight fighters? You know, we got one guy, Deontay Wilder, who's got 1/2 of a billion heavyweight championships out there, and but we don't really have good heavyweights now. Well, the heavyweights are coming from Eastern Europe. Why are they coming from Eastern Europe? Because those people are eating potatoes. Lomachenko and Triple G are really terrific fighters. Well, the answer is very simple. Hunger makes for. I defy you to show me one Harvard guy or one MIT guy who says, I think I'll try boxing for a while. It's a very hard way to make a living getting hit in the face.
And others may choose the NFL or...
Well, the ones, you make more money not boxing. How many guys? 7 guys make all the money in boxing, maybe 20 guys at most. The guys that could be decent heavyweights because they're athletic are now tight ends, linebackers, and power forwards. And it doesn't make any sense. It's just more opportunities for athletes in other areas.
So we established the starting point of the heavyweight era, but let's fast forward to the end. And you set that date as when Tyson bit Holyfield's ear. Why is that the end of the great heavyweights?
There was nobody left after that fight. When you think about it, yeah, Riddick Bowe came along. He's not in the golden era. He's in the postscript because he didn't fight enough really great fighters. Mike fought everybody who was out there, never ran away from anybody. Holyfield fought everybody. Lennox Lewis, I do not include in the book. I mean, there's a chapter at the end, like an addendum. These 5 guys would have been champions had they been born later. And Lennox Lewis, by the time he got to be champion, after losing to Oliver McCall, he didn't have enough guys to fight. Joe Louis, at the beginning of the book, in the introduction, I make the point. Joe Louis, Jack Johnson, Rocky Marciano are not in the golden era. They didn't have enough guys to fight. And there's something else that people never look at. You can count the real professional trainers on two hands. Without a teacher, a pupil learns nothing, no matter how gifted he is. Ali's the only exception who really didn't need Angelo. And Angelo is a great PR man, not necessarily a great trainer. But Whitey Bimstein, Freddie Roach today is a great trainer. But Manny Stewart is gone, Ray Arcel is gone, Eddie Futch is gone, George Benton's gone. All the great ones are really gone. And there's no rush to get into it.
Last question, what hope is there for the heavyweights to gain prominence?
There's hope. There's always hope because of what the sport is. Boxing, like I said, belligerent ballet, the most cruel and in some ways the most beautiful sport there is. Great courage, and nobody in any sport, no two armies ever gave up as much as Ali and Frazier did in Manila. They could have fought on a melting ice floe. These guys did not fight for the WBC title. They didn't fight for the champion of the planet. They fought for the championship of each other. And it was so good because that's why it's never been settled.
Once There Were Giants, The Golden Age of Heavyweight Boxing by Jerry Izenberg. Thank you.
Thank you.